session this morning, we'll try to address the question regarding the Youth Guarantee Scheme, an employment booster for young Europeans.
The Youth Guarantee right from the start was targeting all young people that have left school or have become unemployed. Whether registered or not doesn't really matter in this circumstance. So basically those who are not registered should also not be left alone for longer than 4 months. And this is basically an offer of education for those who need to upskill in the first place. It can be an offer of a traineeship for those who don't have the first work experience, an offer of an apprenticeship as well, or an offer of employment. From the moment the Youth Guarantee Council recommendation was adopted, youth unemployment started to drop, and by now we have 1.4 million less unemployed young people in the EU as a whole.
The measure was welcomed by the European trade union movement, but since the very beginning, first of all, we were critical. We believe that a proper implementation and effective implementation of the youth guarantee should be funded by 21 billion per year, especially in a broader framework of austerity measures, of reduction of the public deficit and labor reforms that, by the way, many times were intended to be a measure to ease the transition of young people into the labor market. Since the moment the member states were submitting proposals to the European Commission, this partnership approach was not respected.
In terms of the hesitation of the member states to take on the partnership approach, was it because of lack of understanding of what was needed?
People who are looking for internship or first employment, maybe they don't have a large spectrum of skills, but how can you evaluate that they have certain of them?
The question of precarious work and in-work poor.
A quality offer can be considered as a good quality offer if young people then afterwards don't return to unemployment or inactivity.
On employment, we are talking about open-ended contracts, decent salaries, social protection, health and safety in the workplace.
How it is implemented really needs to take into account the local, regional and national circumstances, and also the characteristics of the young people on the ground.
We are really eager to receive this report from the European Commission in October, because we believe that the decision which is going to be taken on the further allocation of funds is going to be based on the research and on the conclusions which are going to be taken from that.
I think that'll bring an end to the session. Thank you very much. We'll see you for the next session of Policies and Practices. Thank you.